in the Visual Studio Code, if you click the source folder here, right, source folder, go to the part 2 programming data processing folder. If you click it, we can see some files here, right, which is Python file, particularly Python Jupyter notebook. So once you click it, it automatically triggers some notebook environment under Visual Studio Code. So it has all instruction and some command here. The important thing is that select one of the cell here and then press Shift Enter, Shift Enter, Shift Enter, Shift Enter. So meaning that I execute cell by cell. Yeah, this is the complete version of the installation. So for those who didn't install any other things for the Python environment, you won't be able to see the environment and Python executing code. Anyway, we can resolve that problem step by step. So in case that you don't have any library or any plugin, Visual Studio Code automatically suggests some Python related to the plugin for the Visual Studio Code. So you can just click to install that plugin. So in my case, let's say I can type like Python. This is all the plugin that I installed, but probably you should be installed this Python because the Visual Studio Code is automatically suggested. But once we install it first time, then you don't need to worry about. Okay, this is kind of a basic sort of infrastructure to execute Python under Visual Studio Code. So then important thing is that we need to use the Anaconda to create the particular environment for our workshop. So I already described it, but I couldn't record it. Basically, the reason why we need the environment is because think about it, like in order to do this, like a machine learning or some computer vision or image processing, we need particular library, right? So we wanted to install this particular library, everything looks good. However, problem happens when you update one of the library, or if you wanted to install another new library to your existing environment, because the library has a kind of a dependency. So they like, once you have a wrong sort of version, they didn't work, or they need to ask us to update the version, and this one trigger to update another version, which is kind of crazy. So rather than killing your time to reinstall the older library, the Python has sort of concept of an environment. Once you create the environment, then you don't need to worry about. So for example, okay, I have one project. Yeah, for this project, I need this kind of library that I mentioned here. Yeah, we'll install later. I'm just describing the concept. So then you can install that particular library to that environment, right? And then in order to do this, another project, you can make another environment. If the environment is not working, just remove the environment. That's it. It's very simple concept, right? So in order to create the environment, we gonna use the Conda or Anaconda. Yeah. So what I expect is that I think you guys already installed the Python Anaconda, this one, particularly this library. If you click it, you can jump to the installation for the Anaconda here. Once you installed it, then you are able to access the Anaconda. But one thing we miss in this case is that we didn't register the path of Anaconda for the default system. So for example, like, you know, in my terminal here, I can type like Conda. To be honest, I don't spend my time here, but you know, installation is important. That's why I started earlier. Anyway, if you type in Conda here, yeah, I can execute the Conda, right? Meaning that not only I install Anaconda on my computer, but also the path of the Anaconda is already registered to my system. It's automatically fine. So this is one thing. So I think while you install your Anaconda on your laptop, you're gonna see either, do you want to add the path for the local system or not? So which is important. So once you fully installed without any problem, such as adding the path to the local environment, then you are able to execute this conda. Yeah. So I expect that you guys good to go here. And then come back to the GitHub here. Goes down. So this is the how we create the environment. If you use the machine learning or other image processing with the GPU, then go to that direction. Otherwise, I'll suggest you to follow that direction, which is kind of default. Yeah. So Conda create environment name is TF, right? So that once you create your own environment, then you can type in Conda environment list. Let me do this. So I copy this line of code, and then I'm going to execute it here. Zoom is blocking. Okay. See, I have a multiple environment, right? Base environment is kind of default. Yeah. But however, I have a PyTorch environment and TF GPU, TF GPU 2021, 22. But I have different types of environment, right? So if you follow the direction correctly, we are able to make the TF here, okay? And then we wanted to activate, basically switch the environment, right? So in my case, I can do this like conda activate TF GPU 2022. This is the environment I'm using. Yeah. If you type in, then you are able to see the environment name here rather than base. Yeah. Can you follow me? Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to record continuously, then I can visit your place to help you to install. Yeah. So we are successfully activate the Anaconda environment here, right? And then we wanted to install these kind of library like pandas, OpenCV, matplotlib, and scikit-learn, and pillow, yeah, things like that. So just copy paste this one to your terminal, yeah, to install it. Yeah, other than that, I think once you fully installed it, then what I wanted to ask you is to see this sort of icon. If you click it, we basically select which library environment you wanted to use for this notebook, right? So in this case, maybe default is kind of a base. If I execute it, it potentially execute without any problem in case that we didn't import any library that we installed, okay? However, here, as I mentioned, as the workshop is going well, we're gonna use another library that doesn't support for the base, right? So that's I mentioned here. So like a pandas and OpenCV, for example. So in this case, again, I prefer using our environment that where we install everything to that environment, right? So again, as I mentioned, I use this library for environment. Where are you? TF, not PyTorch. Oh, this one, yeah, suggest. If I click it, it changed, right? And then open one of the Python, I'm sorry, the Jupyter notebook file here, and then click it, one cell, and then here is some icon here. Clear all output, yeah, meaning that it can remove all the output. It become clear, and then click the run all, so meaning that this execution, this button allows us to execute every cell in this Jupyter notebook, and then scroll down, all the way down. There's a time clock here. it's going to be changed like a tick, green tick after execution of the cell successfully. Then you are good to go to installing all the environment here, okay? I expect that no problem to follow this moment. Yeah, I think I can stop the record, then I can have some time to, troubleshooting for your problem, okay? Any question, Jonathan?